PSD2 and OpenBanking has put a significant strain on banking IT teams. Most of the major UK banks didn't make the second mandatory requirement. The pressure isn't going to decrease if we look at the planned evolution of the standard. This has already produced an increase in the quantity, complexity, and security requirements for APIs on systems of record. As the requirement has matured, consumer demand has also increased, and continuous deployment has become the standard. The failure of systems of record to provide continuous deployment of REST APIs is one of the primary causes for missed deadlines in this scenario. Lexer makes secure continuous deployment of REST APIs on IBMI systems of record possible. The current set of alternative solutions available on IBMI, some of which have been around a long time, can be summarized as follows: integrated web, SOAP or REST services using PCML as part of the IBMI operating system, CGI hand coding, and popular open source solutions that are based on this, JT400, JDBC, ODBC, and any product or vendor solution that uses this, Node.js, PHP. Over time, these solutions have proven either overly simplified with rigid design or too granular, where you have to code everything. They have a black box, opaque architecture, which makes testing and errors slow and difficult to deal with. They aren't native, so they won't really scale in terms of performance or complexity. And they dilute skills with many new technologies, which makes for a higher cost and riskier. They won't handle complex JSON easily and sometimes at all. They either use single parameters, data structures, or persist sensitive data on the integrated file system temporarily to overcome design limitations. They're less secure as they are opaque and often require security to be programmed directly in, persist sensitive data in temporary locations, and are also open to SQL injection hacks. The security is also outside the scope of industry standard security methods such as JWT and OAuth. Some company policies won't even allow certain open source software stacks such as Node or PHP. The main problem, however, is that each legacy integration solution in each organization is unique and non-standard, so continuous deployment in an integrated environment with partners, customers, and a growing app development environment and ecosystem is almost impossible. By contrast, Lexer was purpose-built to optimize IBMI REST API development, seamlessly integrate API governance and security, and make continuous deployment possible. I can download PSD2 Swagger documents from the developer zone of the OpenBanking website. For this demo, I'm going to use the Open Data API for a bank branch. LexR Accelerator can use any valid Swagger document as the basis to generate a REST API service on an IBMI in native RPG. We can import the branch API Swagger that we downloaded from the OpenBanking site into LexR Accelerator. Now we can create the OpenBanking REST service. The Swagger JSON is posted to a REST service on the IBMI built with Lexer. The REST service creates the source from the Swagger and compiles it. The JSON response tells us the source was compiled into a pre-mapped endpoint library. I can click here to review the RPG REST API source code that was created. Without any further configuration, I can run the newly created branch API service on the IBMI using an HTTP GET request from the browser. For testing purposes, the LexR Accelerator adds any example data in the Swagger or sample data by type to the logic that builds the JSON response in the service. With Lexer, it's as simple as that. So what is Lexer? Lexer is an RPG-LE framework for REST API development and security that runs natively on IBMI. It has automation to accelerate development and deployment of REST services. Because it's RPG-LE, it integrates with existing skills and development methodologies. As an IBMI native technology, it also harnesses the full capability of the platform. Lexer handles all of the complicated API logic, so it simplifies the development of even the most complex and sophisticated REST APIs. Native means that IBM job and process controls can be used to truly scale, a common hindrance in traditional IBM integration solution. Lexer also has a hybrid cloud solution called LXR Accelerator that provides tools for automation and administration of REST API development. From an IT perspective, the REST standard has four main components in play. The definition, usually an open API or Swagger. The service itself, which is called, or consumer, which does the calling. REST data can be XML, but it's primarily JSON. And security, multiple approaches, but usually including SSL and OAuth and tokens of some type. Lexer has features and functions that cover all of these REST components. Lexer was purpose-built to optimize IBM REST API development, seamlessly integrate API governance and security, and make continuous delivery possible. To learn more or watch more videos about REST APIs using Lexer, go to restfori.com or see the description below for more links if you're watching this video on YouTube.